Good morning. I'm Wanda Faircloth. I work with Mitchell County Farm Bureau, and we're celebrating Ag Week this week with uh, nominating our farmers as our heroes. The book I'm reading today is John Deere, That's Who, by Tracy Nelson Mariner and illustrated by Tim Zeltner. Back in John Deere's day, long before tractors and other newfangled contraptions, Americans dug the land with some kind of plow that farmers had used as long as anyone could remember. That plow in the 1830s was surely less than perfect, but it worked, so who would want to change it? John Deere, that's who. But John didn't set out to build a new plow right away. He was just another young blacksmith from Vermont, a hard-working one, mind you. His fine skills earned him buckets of praise. Still, times were tough, and folks sometimes failed to pay him. John's businesses struggled. Then disaster struck. His forge burned to the ground. Of course, John rebuilt it, and then another fire. Soon he was out of cash and out of luck. John needed a fresh start, so with a few of his best ironworking tools, he joined the stream of pioneers headed west in 1836. He planned to send for his wife and children when he was settled. Luck started to shine on him when he arrived in Grand Detroit, Illinois. The little town needed a blacksmith to fix broken pots and pans, horseshoes and pitchforks and shovels and plows. Lots and lots of plows. John quickly built a forge. Smoke poured from the slow fire that burned from sunrise to sunup, and sometimes longer than that. Clang, clang, clang. That man was a workhorse, hammering red-hot iron into iron to repair tools so they were as good as new, even better than new. John also fixed the farmers' heavy iron plows again and again. Stubborn, twisted roots deep under the prairie banged up the iron blades. Even worse, the thick, rich soil the farmers called gumbo, and not so nice way, stuck to their plows like gummy black snowballs. Farmers had to stop every so often to scrape the gumbo off with a paddle. They made a day's work take a lot longer. John heard the farmers complain again and again. I reckon I'm cleaning that plow pert near every few steps. It's gonna take me forever and a day to plow my claim. This heavy plow wrenches the dickens out of my back. They were tuckered out. Some farmers talked about hightailing it back east where the soil was sandy and easy to till. John didn't want to lose his customers. Truth be told, he missed his family and he had a debt to pay. That's when John set his mind to building a better plow. He threw new plow angles. He tried new plow angles. He studied how the gumbo clung to the tiny pits in the iron. It's a fair guess that John already knew of other plows designs that called for lightweight steel rather than heavy iron, but steel was rare that far west and too pricey. Then one day at the sawmill in 1837, John found a broken steel saw blade that he could take back to his smithy. There, John chiseled off the saw's teeth and cut the steel into the shape of a plow's blade. He curved it over a log so it would shrug off soil. Then he polished the steel as shiny as his mother's sewing needles. Those needles could slip through calico like a hot knife through butter. Maybe a shiny plow would slice through gumbo. The town's families gathered at a local farmer's field to watch John test his gleaming self-polisher. They didn't expect much, but who amazed them all? John Deere, that's who. Stories of the day claimed he dug 12 rows neat as you please. Many farmers were still leery. John built several plows for farmers to try in their own fields. Test after test, John's smooth steel plow cut so quickly and easily it truly hummed down the roads. In time, customers began asking for Mr. Deere's singing plows. You can bet John was happy to send for his family in 1838 and mighty relieved to settle his debt 5 years later. In another 5 years, the entire Deere family moved to Moline, Illinois. John wanted his company closer to the Mississippi River for better water power and easier deliveries. All the while, John kept tinkering with the plow, designed to keep his customers happy. Under his leadership, John's company sold tens of thousands of singing plows and other horse-drawn equipment. Farmers plowed the prairie soil faster than ever. They planted more than enough food for their families. Selling the extra crops, farming grew into a business, and the prairie's fields of grain became known as America's breadbasket. So who changed the plow for American farmers? Who changed a nation forever? John Deere, that's who. Thank you for listening to our story today. If you need any other information about Farm Bureau and our work with Ag in the classroom and our Ag programs, give me a call at 336-8150. Thank you.